Hey guys, Ben here with Stringer Bridge Farm. Today I want to talk a little bit about calving, and I have some footage of a calf being born on our farm I'll show towards the end, but I want to show you a couple of things, ways to tell how soon your cow is going to calf, maybe some physical changes you see in the cows as you get closer and closer to calving, and then some behavioral changes you'll see in the cow, and then we'll get a look at kind of what a normal birth and next few minutes looks like. So I've had one calf so far this year. I think this cow right here is going to be my next one. I'm going to use her and another one as an example to show you a couple of things to look for. So anyway, the first signs you see, there's usually two that come within a few days of each other, and what those are is you'll see the cow start bagging up and you'll see the vulva will start swelling. So like if you look at this cow, if I look at her from behind, now I really don't see any visible signs of a bag. She may have to move her tail a little bit, but a normal vulva. You know, you got to kind of know the animal itself, so you don't really want to look too much at you got to kind of look at the changes you see in it when it starts to swell. So that's a cow that is not anywhere too close to calving. Now, this cow on the other hand, you can look and immediately from behind you can see she's got her udder is starting to swell up. Look at her on the side. She's got her leg kind of forward. It's hard to see right here. See if I can get her step. So you can kind of see, you know, her udder is obviously starting to fill up. So that's one sign. And the second sign is you can see her vulva has really started to swell. So it's certainly changed from normal to her and started swelling. So these two changes, when you're talking about the udder and the vulva, those generally happen about 3 to 4 weeks before calving. Now it's kind of different, you know, with different herds, different individuals. Normally a first calf heifer, it may actually come on a little later, so it might only be 2 to 3 weeks before they calve instead of 3 to 4. But this would be her second calf, so you know I'm going to put her kind of in that, when those two things become noticeable to me, I know it's about 3 to 4 weeks out. Now, a lot of people like to look at how fat their cow looks. One thing you always got to kind of remember, the fatness to me is a very poor indicator when you hear about, but lunch is on the left, baby's on the right. So you kind of see they generally don't show too much physical sign purely from calf. It's usually more how much they're eating, how big their gut fill is. So I do not use like the fatness as a factor to try to tell how soon they'll calve. So udders, vulva, that's about a month, maybe 3 weeks if it's a younger cow. And a lot of my cows, what will happen is you'll start seeing mucus strings about 1 week prior to them calving. They don't all do it, but if you start seeing mucus strings where they're kind of clearish mucus, I'm gonna say thinner than a pencil, you'll see those plenty of times up to about a week prior to them calving, or starting about a week prior to them calving. So when you get inside of that week, that's when you start seeing a little bit different behavior. The cows get a little bit more ornery. They're still with the herd, but you know, they just start acting a little bit different within that when they get within a week of having that calf. And then when they get within a couple of hours of having the calf, you'll see two distinguishing things. So one of them is their behavior. I'm gonna say 95% of my cows like to have their calves in seclusion. So when they get within a couple hours, they'll separate themselves from the herd. Plenty of times my cows, when you first put them on a fresh pasture, they may be kind of scattered. You can see my cows are kind of scattered right now. They're hunting down some of the clover in this field to eat. But in general, the cows stay together, and one separates and you know she's getting close to calving, you can almost guarantee that that's what she's going to do. She's going to calve. She's going to go hide, have that calf. And they like to leave the calves hidden for with my cows, it's generally 1 to 2 days. They'll keep the calves hidden from everybody, and then on day 2 or day 3, the calf will normally join the mama in the herd. So the other thing you see immediately before they have a calf, so remember they're going to separate themselves, but then you'll see a mucus plug. So this is that same clear mucus, but this time it's going to be a lot thicker string of it. So what you'll see is generally, I'm going to say it's about the thickness of your thumb and a couple of feet long, you know, hanging about as low as their tail. This is a telltale sign there that calving is imminent. When you see this, you really don't want to disturb the animal. You just want to leave mama alone. If you're going to film or do anything, you know, generally you want to watch outside of her flight zone, whatever it is for that cow. You know, most of my cows is about 10 or 15 feet like this. But you don't want to disrupt them when they're in that phase and getting that close to having a calf. So yeah, you'll see that mucus plug, and then they'll start getting restless. So the cow will be circling, standing up, laying down, stand up, lay down, circling. And when you see that mucus plug like that, generally on a mature cow, I'm going to say within about 30 minutes, most of my cows have had their calf. On a heifer, it might be a couple of hours from mucus plug to having a calf, but it's not more than that. You get into that over 2 hour range, and generally you want to intervene and help that cow out. There's probably something wrong. The calf may be breech or stuck or too big or whatever it may be. See that little calf out there running, she's having a good time. So yeah, you really want to leave that cow alone as most as you can. So that's kind of the things you'll see. Like I said, they start about a month out normally, I can tell. So this cow right here, she bagged up a few days ago. I'm gonna say she's probably 2 to 2.5 weeks from having a calf. So I guess we'll see, since I got it documented here, how close I am. But just judging off of her bag and her vulva, I don't think she's more than 2.5 weeks. So we'll see. So like I said, you'll see that cow go into active birth not too long after you see that mucus plug. And what'll happen is, on a good cow, pretty quickly you'll see the 2 front hooves and probably a nose. That's the normal presentation for a calf. And most of my cows, just like this one, they have their calf laying down, and it's usually just a couple of minutes from when you see the calf presented, hooves and nose. Usually a good mature cow, it's just a couple of minutes. They drop the calf, either laying down or standing. They can do it standing too. And then the mom will immediately turn and start cleaning up that baby. And I'm gonna say within 5 to 15 minutes, a normal healthy calf will be up and at least attempting to nurse. Within that first half hour, they've normally nursed on their mama, and they're bonded. I mean, that's just the standard, and 95% of them do that without any assistance. And kind of like I said before, normally it's day 2 or day 3, and mama's taking the calf out from hiding, and she's introduced it to the herd, and they're all hanging out together, and these calves get real active real fast. Day 2 or 3, they're dancing and playing around in the field and seeing what's up with everybody, just like this calf. So anyway, I hope this little quick video, I know it's not everything you need to know about calving, but hopefully it gives some of you guys an idea, you know, what to look for when your cow is about to calve, and maybe what a normal calving birth looks like. And you know, hopefully if there is a problem, you can identify it fast enough to intervene and not have a calf or a cow lost during this process. I know it can be a high stress and anxiety time for a lot of folks who are new or seasoned to calving. I know with us, it's one of those times where I really like to be around as much as possible, because you never know what's going to happen. You don't want to lose a good cow or a quality calf. And if something is wrong, if you're there, a lot of times you can prevent an issue with just a little bit of help. So like y'all saw with this cow and calf, we had she was rejecting it, we separated them, and we avoided a major issue. Now she's bonded with this calf, and taking good care of it like a good mama cow. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.